speed on last night, and then I'm going to get you up to speed on the latest line between the Bucks and the Chiefs and why you guys feel like it might be flipped. So what's going on this morning, first things first?
Well, it's not as cold, that's for sure.
No doubt. I saw you this morning.
Yeah, I saw you too. I was going to give you a ride, but I figured you were already at the building.
I slipped like 2 times on that. We had this entryway that like...
Go through the side.
I got to do that.
I go through the side. I don't mess around with the plank right there because it is slippery. I almost bit it the first day, and I was so when I did one of those, I looked up to see if there was any cameras up top. I was like, I hope nobody's watching me.
You want workman's comp on your first day. First day on the show, you want Disney to pay you more.
Nah, it wouldn't be Disney. I think the individual might have a little more cash than Disney probably.
Personal lawsuit.
No, it was good. I watched the Nets last night. I found myself sitting up watching that game.
See, that's when you rooted for us because we actually were beating your arch rival.
Actually, to be honest with you, I did not, Jay. I swear to you, I found myself kind of hating on the Nets.
What? I thought you don't root for. I thought the Clippers are the one team in LA
I just found myself hating on the Nets because it's all this momentum about the Nets being the team in the big three that could pop the Lakers. So I found myself in the end like, man, they shouldn't even win. But they played well. Kyrie, man, I meant to text you, but it was so late. I didn't want to text you and ask you, were you like that? Because in my mind, but in my mind, Jay, I'm serious. I just visualize you like that because he was hit rocks, dropping buckets from deep too, and it was hitting the bottom of the net.
He's just so like everybody always asks me like, who's that one player that Kyrie reminds you of? He's like a 3.0 version of Rod Strickland, man. Like, but a better shooter. You know what I mean? He's so herky-jerky with it.
I don't think
he makes it dance.
I watched it from beginning to end. I don't think I seen him miss, although he did miss some shots. But it was just like everything was wet. I was like, and then KD too. KD we gotta take him to eat though. I can't
stop.
Man, seriously though.
They call him the Slim Reaper, man.
Man, he's the Slim Reaper. I didn't see a muscle in them arms. I was looking. I was like, ain't nowhere in the world.
I can't with you this morning.
I love KD. KD, one of my favorite players, Zubin. But you talk about skin and bones. God.
And Zubin, I got to tell you, the little people last night, we had a big game. Fred VanVleet went for 54 points, 11 threes. It was incredible to watch.
It was a record-setting performance. We'll talk about that in just under a half hour. It truly was a record-setting moment in NBA history. Kyrie had 39. It was the Nets over the Clippers, for those that don't know, 124-120.
And KD's so long, man, and fluid and smooth. Like, it's just, I don't understand how people don't embrace his game to a whole nother level. Like, you know how you talk about Patrick Mahomes being the greatest, or Aaron Rodgers being the greatest thrower of the football. Like, KD's got to be like the greatest at something because he just crazy. Like, it's just effortless.
Well, Key, I'll tell you, I've never seen a comeback story like this. I mean, off a blown Achilles, there's a history of people that just never come back from that.
And when you watch him, Jay, run up and down the floor, it doesn't even look like or resemble that at all whatsoever that he had an injury. Because guys, you know how people pick their way through. They're playing, but you can tell like they're not sure. Man, this dude ran the floor. It was a turnover. He ran the floor to catch up to try to block it. And I'm sitting there going, he ain't got no problem with his Achilles. He don't care.
It was like 3 strides down the whole floor.
3 strides down the whole floor, exactly. I mean, I love him, though, man. I've always loved him. When I first met him when he was at Texas and he was towering over me, first thing I thought, man, I put my elbow through that dude's chest. But, he's legit.
So competitive.
No, because
competitive. I love
it's not that I'm competitive. I'm just looking at him because he was so tall, and that's the first time I seen somebody that tall and that slim that puts in work the way KD has done. I mean, it's just
the closing line on that game was actually Clippers minus 1.5. So if you had the Nets, you were in pretty darn good shape with a 4-point win. Speaking of the opening line of the Super Bowl, it opened and it was Bucks +3.
Triple-double since joining the squad. Nets 124-120. Here's Jimmy James.
We're playing one of the hottest teams, one of the best teams that we have in this league. So we got to come out here and not embarrass ourselves. And we play like that, on both ends of the ball. I don't think as a team we have that same mindset every single game. And once we get that, you'll see a different Nets team.
We just have to take pride in coming out and understanding that every team is going to give us their best shot. We are one of those teams in the league, but we have to continue to earn that respect. We just got to match each other's efforts and exceed the other teams.
The fact of the matter is they have some of the best ISO.
I'm Stan Verrett. Paul George said not only the Clippers, but the whole world was looking forward to his team's run with the Nets Tuesday. For star power on the floor, hard to beat that matchup.
Yeah, not sure the whole world is dialed in, but we appreciate the big sell. Big opportunity for the visiting Clippers as well as the Nets. Brooklyn-bound Nets Clippers. We got over 30 All-Star nods between George, Leonard, Durant, Irving, and Harden. Clippers were up 8 after 1. Up 9 here. Harden finds Irving. Irving, he's a contortionist who doesn't believe in contortioning. That was spectacular. Clips up 1 at the half. Let's go to the third quarter. The Nets with a 1-point lead. Irving stepping back on Reggie Jackson. He had 29 through 3. There's no Patrick Beverley in this game to be an annoyance to whoever he could be an annoyance to. Nets trail by 2. Entering the fourth, they were locked up in a tight one. Kawhi Leonard steals it from Landry Shamet, his former teammate. 17 turnovers, 22 points. The Clippers induced. The Clips just got 8 turnovers, resulting in 8 points for the Nets. Irving using the Durant screen, hits the 3. Both teams shot over 40% from 3. Irving, the 3 there. He had a season-high 39. James Harden, step back, Bobby Jack. He was 1 of 6 from 3. Nets up 8. That was the 1. He had 23, 14, and 11 rebounds. Durant, his only 3. I mean, Batum getting picked on right there. He had 21, but the Nets were 5 for 5 when he was the primary defender in the fourth. Marcus Morris picks a good time to get an old-fashioned 3. It's a 4-point game. Paul George, salty afterwards that he got just 1 free throw. It's a 1-point game. 10 seconds left. 3-point game. Leonard tries to push. Coach Nash tells Durant, foul him. He fouls him, and then he tells him, hey, when they're not looking, come down the court. Yeah. So after the free throws, look at Harden. He goes Brian Sipe to Jeff Green. And Jeff Green goes up and down. Snuck out, bled out, however you want to call it. And just like Coach Nash had said, Harden's 4th triple-double since joining the squad. Nets 124-120. Here's Jimmy James.
We're playing one of the hottest teams, one of the best teams that we have in this league. So we got to come out here and not embarrass ourselves. And we play like that, on both ends of the ball. I don't think as a team we have that same mindset every single game. And once we get that, you'll see a different Nets team.
We just have to take pride in coming out and understanding that every team is going to give us their best shot. We are one of those teams in the league, but we have to continue to earn that respect. We just got to match each other's efforts and exceed the other teams.
The fact of the matter is they have some of the best ISO players in the world. It was a stretch there where we played great defense. We were in their face. And it was almost like each one of them took a turn making a shot. They're just tough. They're tough to guard. They're super confident in their shot-making ability. Defense, I thought, couldn't be any better on some of those.
10th game since Harden joined the Nets. Offense explosive. Since he joined Brooklyn, averaging 100.